This is Vikas Patil. This is the third session of the chapter Transportation. In this session, we are going to look at the waterways and airways in India. Waterways in India. Well, waterways in India have not received great popularity due to various factors. Well, any water transport, inland water transport specifically, depends on multiple factors. One is regular flow of sufficient waters, so you need to have perennial rivers which have great depth, and then there should be sufficient demand for waterways. I mean, these boats can't go empty. Plus, the depth of riverbed should not be reduced due to siltation, or the level of water should not reduce due to diversion through canals. Advantages of waterways. Waterways basically is the cheapest mode of transport. It requires very less amount of expenditure and investment. It's very fuel efficient, maybe the most fuel efficient option for transport. It's very suitable for carrying bulky products across nations. So most of the international trade depends on waterways. Types, we have inland water transport, which is looked after by CWTC, Central Water Transport Corporation, and then we have coastal shipping. The inland water transport is basically to transport goods through Ganga, Brahmaputra, Hooghly, Sundarban region, and IWAI, that's Inland Water Authority of India, is the authority that looks after development and regulation of inland waterways. Well, we have some national waterways in India like Ganga, where Allahabad to Haldia is the section which can be used, Brahmaputra, where Sadia to Dhubri, West Coastal Canal, and then Udyog Mandal Canal, which is Kolam Kottapuram, which is towards the south. So these are the national waterways which can be used for movement. This is national waterway which is from Allahabad to Haldia. There are some rivers which are navigable by ordinary boats. So we have Ganga, Brahmaputra, Godavari, Krishna. Then we have Buckingham Canal in Tamil Nadu. So you can see the pink color ones are the national waterways, and they are open through the year, while the blue ones are seasonal. Okay, in Narmada, then in Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna. So we have seasonal waterways as well. The factors which have led to the decline of waterways is of course the way roadways and railways have developed. People have those options available, and therefore the demand for waterways has come down. Then irrigation in India is taking away a lot of water from rivers, so that brings the water level down. Then towards the hilly regions, there is a lot of deforestation that has happened for pity reasons, and that's where siltation has increased. Then in India we have seasonal rainfall, and that's why most of the rivers do not have enough water throughout the year. They have water mostly in some parts of the year. Plus the waterways is the slowest of transport. We have coastal waterways which has developed good. For a coastal waterway we have a port. Port is basically a place in the coast which has docks where ships can come. Unloading and distribution of cargo can happen, and then ports are connected to land routes to different important places. This is a picture of Mumbai port. India has advantage of a long coastline. There are 12 major and 184 intermediate minor ports. ports in India. They handle most of the India's foreign trade. And India has the largest merchant shipping fleet. Merchant shipping fleet include the ships among developed countries. The advantage of coastal shipping, of course, it is very environment friendly. It's fuel efficient. It's the cheapest mode of transport for bulky goods. That's why international trade depends on waterways. Promotes coastal industries, provides employment, promotes tourism. It's less capital intensive. You don't have to actually make highways and lay down railway tracks here. The problems with coastal shipping is that ports in India are not very well connected with the hinterland. That's the internal part of the land behind the port. It's not very well planned, and therefore congestion is one issue. It lacks facilities, very congested. So there is heavy pressure on the cargo containers. Plus, most of the ships are getting old now, so that's the aging coastal fleet. We need to get new ones. And plus, a big problem is we need to have equal traffic from both sides for any ship to move. If we do not have goods while return, the ship cannot return back. Then there is delays because of the poor maintenance and planning in the docks. These are the ports on the western coast: Mumbai, Kandla, Kochi, Marmagua, New Mangalore. Okay, and these are the special features. Mumbai is a natural harbor. It handles most of India's foreign trade. Nhava Sheva is a new port that has been built to reduce the pressure on Mumbai port. Kandla is a tidal port located on the eastern end of Run of Kutch. Kochi is a natural port located in a lagoon. Then we have Marmagua in Goa. Then New Mangalore is in Karnataka. It handles the export of iron ore. On the eastern coast, we have Tuticorin. That's a new port in Tamil Nadu. Chennai, with the oldest artificial harbor in Chennai. Visakhapatnam, this is the deepest landlocked and protected port, also ship building center. Paradeep is a port in Orissa. Haldia is a new river port made to release the pressure from the Kolkata port, which is suffering damage due to problem of silting. So this is a map showing the various ports. Let's look at Airways of India. Airways is maintained by DGCA, the Directorate General of Civil Aviation. That's the regulatory body. It's the fastest mode of transport over very long distance. It's indispensable for business class, people who cannot wait for railways and roadways. They need to travel very frequently and they have to travel across countries. So of course, business class people go with Airways. It's also indispensable for defense purpose. That's why we have Air Force. It's relatively free of physical barriers, so that's one advantage. And then with Airways, it is possible to reach remote parts like islands, like very heavy parts of mountains, and then sections which are cut off due to maybe floods and all. Then problems with Airways, basically Airways will have very limited carrying capacity. It is expensive, so it is not suitable for all people to take advantage of Airways. Then with weather condition, controlling the Airways, it becomes difficult during poor weather condition. Then it has competition from foreign airlines. Our government airlines, government-run airlines, public airlines are getting tough competition from foreign airlines because foreign airlines are giving very efficient services. They give better facilities. Another problem is frequent strikes. Any section of Airways goes on a strike, the entire Airways gets affected, and then the reputation gets damaged. Airports in India, we have international airports and domestic airports. International airports are maintained by Air India. There are 12 international airports at present. Then we have Indian Airlines looking after the domestic airports. We have around 5 to 7 domestic stations, 17 international stations. Then we have private airlines these days gaining a lot of importance. Indigo, Go Air, etc. These are the major international airports in India. The location of the international airports, the ones with the circle are international and then ones without circle are domestic. Hyderabad could be considered as one of the best airports in India. But of course, we can all look for other alternatives for better life, that is, healthier life as well. That was all for Transportation of India. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you.